Are you self-sabotaging your weight loss goals, your finances, maybe your relationships? Maybe you're not even aware of this. This is something we all go through. I know I've struggled with this. But on this video, I'm going to teach you, first of all, show you if you're even self-sabotaging, give you the signs of it, and then teach you 3 simple things that you can implement today, practice today, that will completely transform your life, help you to not self-sabotage your weight loss goals, your money goals, your financial goals, or whatever. Because how we do anything is how we do everything. What's up? I'm Natasha, aka Miadora, a life transformation, weight loss, and hormone coach. But I'm also a mom of 4 that has gone through a massive transformation in her own life, my own glow up in all areas of my life, and now totally dedicated on a mission to help you get the body, the mind, and the life that you want. Even if you've gone through loss like I have, even if you feel stuck, even if you feel frustrated, I got you. This is what I do. This is my obsession. So go grab a notebook. If you've been following me, you know I'm going to tell you to write it down because we are all about mind transformation. Nothing changes until we first change what's going on in here. So go grab your notebook, go grab a glass of water, some tea, and let's beat self-sabotage today. So I recently did a live stream on this topic with literally thousands of people, and it was such a hot topic because so many people didn't realize they were self-sabotaging, or they knew they were self-sabotaging, but they didn't know what to do about it. And I get it. You can't change anything until you first become aware of it, right? So hopefully you have a notebook. I'm going to ask you some questions, and this is going to assess if you've been self-sabotaging. Now, I want you to do this with an open mind. You're not going to judge yourself, okay? Promise me right now, you're not going to guilt yourself. You're not going to shame yourself. You're not going to beat yourself up. You're not going to go into a bunch of stories about why this is happening. That's okay. First, let's just acknowledge that there's an issue, which I'm telling you, and I promise you, we all go through this. Once I tell you the signs of it, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I don't know anyone that hasn't gone through this. Or maybe you're not doing this in one area of your life, but you're doing it in another area of your life and you just don't realize it. That happens a lot too. Okay, does this sound familiar? All of a sudden you're motivated, you're super motivated to lose weight or get your life on track, whatever it is. You have a plan of action, you're gonna do it, you're all motivated, you're like doing it for 2 weeks, maybe even a month, and then all of a sudden you start procrastinating. All of a sudden you are super tired. Sometimes you manifest an injury. All these people need you. All of a sudden you have these new obligations. You just can't figure out why. How come all of a sudden, now that you've decided to do this one thing for yourself, so many people need you, and then you start feeling guilty and ashamed, and maybe you miss a workout, or you think you've messed up on your diet, or you're starving, or you're irritable, and nothing is moving. Maybe your weight's not changing, you're not feeling good, and then you just quit. And then you start beating yourself up over and over and over again because I always quit, I can't stay motivated, I don't have enough discipline. These are the things that I hear over and over and over again. Okay, so here are some signs that you might be self-sabotaging. The most common one is procrastination. Write this down. Okay, we're going to acknowledge it so we can transform this today. Second one is you lose motivation. You think you just need more discipline. Number 3, you're tired. You're just so tired. Sometimes even you know you're not supposed to be tired. Like there's no reason for you to be tired. That type of tired, maybe you've rested, you've eaten, there's no reason for you to be tired, but you just don't feel like doing it. You just kind of feel like blah. Number 3, you're easily controlled by distractions. I don't know if that was number 3 or number 4, but you're easily controlled by distractions. Next, you have negative or critical self-talk. You just start getting in your head and you're super negative and you just start beating yourself up. You start shaming yourself, guilting yourself, just criticizing yourself. And that's your pattern. I'm just going to pull this up. I just did an Instagram post on this and I have 12 of them here. You're resistant to change. You're just resistant to change. You just, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to change. You're feeling like you're always lacking something. Like, I just need more information. I just need the next supplement. I just need this. I just need more money. I just need more time. I just need more energy. I just need, no matter what, you always need something before you get started. You have analysis paralysis. I see this all the time. You're super frustrated. You're overwhelmed. So then you just have analysis paralysis. So you just say no. You binge. So you binge eat, you binge shop, you binge something. There's some sort of binging behavior where it's like all of a sudden you're super focused, motivated, doing a bunch of things, and then you just stop. This is a big one. Isolating yourself. You isolate yourself or you withdraw. You notice that you're isolating yourself and you're withdrawing. You don't want to be around people. And this is not just like a temporary, I just need a break, because that's healthy. This is like you find yourself withdrawing more and more and more. Oh, here's a huge one. This is one that I've really had to work on, and that's perfectionism. Like things have to be perfect. You've got to have it perfect. Otherwise you're not going to do it. Or you start doing it, but then you're like embarrassed because you don't feel like you're doing it right. You're not getting the results you want. So you just stop. Okay. So why do we subconsciously, not even knowing this, self-sabotage? And how do you beat that? So first of all, self-sabotage is a subconscious behavior. It's something that most of the times we don't even realize we're doing it. Now, the reason why we're doing this is we all have these emotional set points. Kind of think of it like an internal thermostat. We're comfortable. Our body, our mind, our nervous system, our cells are comfortable the way you are right now. We're comfortable with the familiar. What happens is as soon as we start to change anything, weight loss, health related, just how we are as a person, for our relationships, with money, this all has to do with how we've been conditioned growing up, our environments, who we spend time with and who we have spent time with growing up, and our core beliefs. That's why a lot of this is subconscious. But we have these internal thermostats. And as soon as you start stepping out of the unfamiliar, as soon as you start stepping into the unfamiliar, so it's not familiar anymore, this thermostat kicks in and like pulls you back. And it's kind of like, have you guys ever heard crabs in the bucket? As soon as one person tries to climb out, the crab pulls you back, the other crabs will pull you back. This is a real thing. Go look it up. We do that with ourselves and we don't realize we're doing it. So you think you're just tired. You think you just lost motivation. You think nothing works for you, or your metabolism is broken, or you just don't have enough time, money. That's what you tell yourself it is. But really, it's that internal thermostat. It's that self-sabotaging behavior trying to pull you back to what's familiar. So literally on a neurological level, like literally ingrained into your nervous system, it wants to stay in the familiar. Your cells at a biochemical level wants to stay in familiar, even if it's toxic, even if it's unhealthy. Because as soon as you step out of that, it feels so uncomfortable and you're just like, no, I'm going back. I don't care. Okay. So how do you actually fix this? Well, first of all, you have to be aware of it. So that's why I get you guys to write stuff down in your journal, write out, okay, why am I procrastinating? Why am I losing motivation here? Why do I feel tired? Why am I binge eating? Why, like, just at least acknowledge it first, because then we can change it. But if you don't acknowledge that you have this issue, which we all do, I'm telling you, this is what happens to all of us. Until you become aware, and like that's what they call like awakenings, right? Like you become aware and more conscious of it, and then you can change it. Now it doesn't change overnight. You need to be reconditioned. You need to, like, on a neurological level. I'm talking about neuroscience here right now, you guys. This is like, there's spiritual truths around this. If you guys ever heard of like wine skins, you can't put old wine into new wineskin. It's the same thing, like on a spiritual level. But on a science level, neuroscience level, your nervous system is so conditioned to want to stay in the familiar that it will always try to pull you back. Like you have all these signals shooting out to your brain, like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I don't like this. No. And then you just stop and you shut down. So the things I'm going to share with you guys, I'm going to share you 3 things that I work with my clients on to help them break past this. Now, these are things that I personally have worked on, continue to work on, because I'm a lifelong student too, and I'm growing too, I'm changing, I'm always evolving too. And even though I've mastered this, I feel like I've mastered this in the area of health and wellness around hormones and weight loss, to the point where my self-sabotaging behaviors that I used to have, I don't have them anymore. And my health and wellness is very much on autopilot now, where I don't have to think about it. So once I have that, I now focus my energy on other areas of my life where I've noticed myself maybe self-sabotaging. Okay. So we're all growing in different areas of your life. That's why I always say, How you do anything is how you do everything, because this is a muscle that you want to start working out, because then you can start applying it to your finances or your relationships or whatever it is. We've all gone through losses. We've all gone through traumas. We've all come from, just different dysfunctional situations. So you're not alone. A lot of people think that they're the only ones that are doing this, or that their body is broken, or their mind is broken, their metabolism is broken. No, it's not at all. Okay, so what I do with my people that are on a weight loss journey, yes, we get them onto a system that will help them, and I'm going to get more into that down the road, that will make the weight loss journey easy and help them get healthy and fit and help them with their energy. But what I notice is, if I'm not working on their mindset, they're self-sabotaging. And they're not even realizing it. They're starting to criticize themselves. They're starting to, they're addicted to the struggle. Like, this is supposed to be hard and it's not going to work for me. And they don't even realize that they're saying this, but it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think something's not going to work for you, it's probably not going to work for you. Okay. So how do we break out of this? So I always tell my community, if you want to transform any area of your life, number one, you have to have that awareness. You can't change anything you're not aware of. And then two, you need repetition. So even if you've heard me talk about this before, go and watch this video again, go and consume my content, consume books around this, audios around this, because it will help empower you to make better decisions for yourself. My whole channel is about educating you and helping you become the best version of you. Long term, no more yo-yo diets and restrictive diets and binge eating and destructive behaviors. We're not about that life anymore. Okay. So one of the first things I get everyone in my community to do, anyone that wants to change their life, okay, is you need to have a clear vision. Number one, clear vision. You need to have such clarity on the person you're trying to become. Okay. So how do you want to look? How do you want to feel? You should see that person in your mind. You should feel her or feel him. This is what's going to help you expedite your results. I promise you. What happens with most people, and I see this all the time, is a confused mind always says no. So a confused mind is overwhelmed, and then you don't know what decisions to make or what you're doing, and then you're feeling frustrated, and then you have analysis paralysis. And when you have analysis paralysis, you say no, and you're saying no to yourself. Okay, so the simpler you can make it, the more clear you can make it, the more powerful it is. So write your vision, make it plain. That is where your power is. Clarity. There's power in clarity. Okay, this is why I get my clients to do like vision boards or journaling every day, scripting every day. This is what I had to do when I lost my husband, and I was a mess. I looked horrible, you guys. I looked like I was old. I looked like my hair was thinning, my nails were breaking, my face was sunken in. I was scrawny, I was emaciated, I had body pains. I was so weak. I was super anemic. And I remember scripting and journaling every single morning how I want to look, how I want to feel. I want to be a healthy, sexy, fit mom that's in peak performance shape. And not because I wanted to be a pro athlete or a bodybuilder. I didn't honestly care about that, but I needed something new to focus on that was completely opposite of what I was used to. And I had that vision so plain, and that's what gave me that energy and that motivation to keep going. I always ask my clients when they're struggling, what's your why? What's that deep why? I know you want to lose weight. Okay, great. I know you want to get healthy. Okay, great. But what's that deep thing? Like, how do you want to look this summer, for example? How do you want to feel? Do you imagine yourself like being with your sweetheart, like walking on the beach, playing with your family, or you're wearing a cute dress that you've always wanted to wear and you're out with your friends, like something like that? Or you know that you need to get healthy, because if you don't, things are not going to get better. They only get worse. Right? And you want to be around to play with your kids and your grandkids, or maybe you want to have a family and you want to get pregnant. And so you need to take care of your body before you even get pregnant. Right? So what's your deep why? And do you have clarity around it? It's okay if you don't know all the answers, how you're going to have it, or you've been, having toxic, dysfunctional, self-sabotaging behavior before up to this point. That's okay. That's okay. I'm giving you permission right now to dream again and write it down. There's so much power when you focus and you write things down. Okay. Number 2, huge game changer. And this is something I feel like does not come naturally to me. I don't feel like I know it doesn't come naturally to me. And so I feel like God wants me to teach other people this, because I know what that feels like, especially when you're a busy mom. And that is, you need to have systems for success. You need systems to support you. Okay, so people, I'll give you a few examples of this. This is why I'm standing in this area, because I'm naturally not a super organized, super structured person. I'm very much go with the flow. That's why I can like go on live streams with thousands of people and just like go with it. And I love that. I love being that type of person. But structure, I really struggle with sometimes. That being said, there are areas of my life subconsciously that I do well with structure. And because I'm so practiced, it's so who I am. But then there's other areas of my life, especially the areas that my husband used to take care of for me, that his engineering brain, naturally thought, processes and numbers and structures and spreadsheets and operations. That's what he was good at. My brain doesn't work that way. So, but it's still important, right? So I've had to learn how to set up systems for my success. Now, you can think, oh, systems, that's like a business thing. No, it's not. It's how you run your household. It's how you run your kitchen. It's how you support your weight loss journey. It's how you support your relationships. If it's not scheduled and it's not structured, you're not going to follow through with it. My community, most people in my community are very busy people. Most of them are parents or grandparents. They are business owners, coaches. They are people that have gone through a loss, or they feel like they've lost themselves, so they're just going through this transition right now. Those are the type of people that I have. So most people that I have take care of other people, right? So it's a lot different when you're not just taking care of yourself, but you have to take care of a family, or you have your grandkids, or you have your aging parents, or whatever it is that you're doing. You have your community, right? Or you're starting a business. Systems are important. This is like, you literally cannot do anything great in life and move forward unless you have the systems to support you. The faster you can implement these systems to support your weight loss, make it simple and easy for yourself, or with your finances, or with how you organize your house, the faster you can move ahead. Okay. So just as an example, I have a couple different examples that's going to help you with this, just to get those juices flowing. Okay. So, and you're not going to perfect all of this all at once. It takes time. Transformation happens in layers. I would say I pretty much have perfected this because I do this as a coach all the time in the area of weight loss and health and wellness. Plus, I lost a husband to cancer, colon cancer, right? And I'm a mom. So this is something that has been the top of my priority. But now there's other areas of my life that I'm starting to transfer that success into and implementing in that. So what do I mean by this? So examples for systems to help you with your weight loss. So most people think that they need to do like a keto diet or some sort of crazy restrictive diet, and that's what they need to stick to, right? That's their system they're going to stick to. But for most people in my community, they can't stick to that because it is just not realistic for them, especially when you're taking care of a family. So you need a system that when you're having the junk food cravings, or you're coming home and you're tired and you have decision fatigue, real thing, look it up, decision fatigue, because you've been busy taking care of everyone, working all day. You come home and you have these junk food cravings. Whatever system you have set up in your kitchen, in your pantry, in your fridge, you are going to default. You're going to go into autopilot and you're just going to grab whatever is there. Right? And I do this too. To this day, I do this. So I have to have systems that override my willpower. So I don't have to rely on my willpower. We all only have so much willpower throughout the day, right? And that's why people struggle in the evening times, because they're tired, right? The more things you can put on autopilot, the easier it'll be for you. So for example, when I come home, I know that my fridge and my pantry, they're stocked with treats that I like, that I call them swaps. So like chocolate swaps, so like good fat bars, for example, or candy. I love my Smart Sweets. I have my go-to snacks, right? My meals, I plan ahead. So I usually always have some sort of protein, some sort of chicken or fish. I have some sort of carb, because I like carbs. So sweet potato, rice, or something like that. And then I always have some veggies. That's just an example of a really easy system that I don't have to think about my meals. Okay. I also, as a business owner, as a mom, a widowed mom with 4 kids, as someone that does social media, I work out, I do all of these things. I still have a social life. I outsource as much as I can. Now, I understand not everyone can do that at the beginning, but I'll give you a tip. The sooner you start doing this, the sooner you're going to move ahead. I started outsourcing things like things in my house, cleaning, the deep cleaning, the laundry, helping with, even meal prep, those sorts of things, I've outsourced, I've systemized them so I don't have to think about it. And because I don't have to think about it, I have more energy now to build my business, build my community, give to my clients, which is what truly fuels me up. That's truly what I love to do, is the one-on-one coaching, the content creation to help reach more people so they can get healthy. I don't feel fulfilled by doing my laundry or washing the dishes. If you do, that's amazing. Some people love that. But for me, that's not my thing. Another example, we just downsized our house because we're moving locations, moving somewhere warm eventually, stay tuned. But for now, I moved from this big, beautiful home to this small townhouse and it's just temporary, but I'm kind of going like minimalistic for a bit because, I'm in the middle of this transformation, this transition with my family. So I'm not used to small closets, and I have 4 kids and I'm super busy. And so my closets were a mess and I was so busy. I didn't have time to organize all of it. And it's just not something that comes naturally to me to go and figure out, how those professional organizers with their closets, like that's their gift. That's not me at all. And it started costing me time and money. And that's what happens when you don't have a good system in place. It ends up costing you more time and more money. You think you're saving time and money, but you're not. So that's what was happening with me and my kids. And laundry was everywhere, clothes were everywhere. It was just a mess. So anyway, I'm like, I'm going to hire a professional that knows how to put systems in place. I hired her. She was in here for 3 days. It forced me to focus and she taught me how, like, different really cool ways on like how to fold things that I've never even seen before, to save space, to organize it. She set up systems like this, not only for my room, but for my kids, and made it super simple for them. Now we don't have an issue with clothes on the floor, or everyone knows where their clothes is. It's so much simpler. So now I have more energy. Now I have more time, so I can focus on doing my personal development or whatever, spending more time with my kids or whatever it is I'm doing. Do you see what happens when you think you're trying to save time and money and you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're not getting the results you want, and then you're frustrated, and then it drains you, right? So this is all about self-awareness. Look at your life right now. Look at like the health part of your life, your kitchen. Look at your finances or your business or whatever it is that you're doing there, and then even relationships, right? So if you don't have systems in place to help nurture these important things that are important to all of us, if you don't have those systems in place, you're naturally going to default to whatever is comfortable for you. And that's when we start self-sabotaging. Okay, so make sure your systems, whatever you have set up, are in alignment. This is really important, you guys. Your systems are in alignment to your goal and your vision, to that person you're becoming. Okay, so something that you don't even think about anymore is probably brushing your teeth or showering. It's so ingrained into who you are that you don't even think about it. You have a system set up. You have a toothbrush by your sink. I guarantee it. It's somewhere in your bathroom, right? It's not like you have to go find it somewhere else in your house. No, it's in your bathroom. You don't even think about it. You brush your teeth and you go. That's what you need to do with all areas of your life. And the faster you can optimize these systems, the faster you're going to grow, and you're going to be able to do so many more things. That's why people are always like, Natasha, how the heck are you doing this? You have 4 kids, little kids that are all in sports, that are in school, that need their mother because they've gone through a major loss. They've lost their father. That I work out 4 days a week. I have a social life. I'm on social media every single day. I have coaching clients. I have a whole section of my business I rarely talk about, which is the beauty side, the makeup side. I have employees, you guys. And I'm saying this to encourage you that if this girl who's not naturally organized can do this, you can too, right? My weight loss, my health is so on autopilot now that I just don't have to think about it. And that's why I can confidently coach other women through this and guys through this, because I already know where they're going to start self-sabotaging, and I help them build their systems so they don't have to think about it anymore. So I have lots of videos and examples of that. I'm not going to get into that today, but reach out to me if you need help with the systems to help you with your weight loss so you don't have to think about it anymore. Just put it on autopilot. Okay. So next, okay, last but not least, so important, and it doesn't sound sexy, but we're going to make it fun, is that it is support and accountability. So I'm not talking about that accountability where you have to go and do your confessions and confess all your sins every week. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about accountability where you have a system in place that you can check into. So that can be a person that you trust or a community that you trust, but will also challenge you. You need both things. You need someone or something that you trust, that believes in you, that's trying to pull out that gold in you, that will help you stay focused, that will give you that tough love when you need it, and will challenge you when you need it. That's the only way we grow. I mean, those are the best parents, aren't they? Like the ones that love their kids, but also challenge them to be better. That's what you need in your life. You need someone in your corner to help you stay focused so they can point out your blind spots, which we all have. They can point out, they can help you work through struggles. And most importantly, and I see this all the time, this is so hard for people. I was going to say for women especially, but I actually do think men struggle with this too. And that is celebrating your wins. Celebrating your wins with someone that's actually cheering you on. Because what happens is, and I coach women every single week, and they have such a hard time with acknowledging their little micro wins that they've had during the week, because we're so conditioned, and this is a self-sabotaging behavior. We are so conditioned to criticize ourselves. We are so conditioned to look at, what am I missing? Oh yeah, I did that, but, oh yeah, I did that, but I'm really missing it here, right? No, you need accountability to help point out the areas that you're winning in, because that's what's going to prevent you from quitting on yourself. That's what's going to prevent you from getting so discouraged and beating yourself up and draining your energy and getting frustrated and overwhelmed that you just quit. Okay, you need someone in your corner to help you, to mentor you, to give you that accountability. I have that. I didn't even plan it this way, you guys, but literally after this YouTube video that I'm doing right now, I have accountability call. I have, and another coach, a different coach that I have, messaged me this morning. He's like, hey, Natasha, when can you do a quick call? I have, let me think, I have around three or four, five sometimes mentors in my life right now that hold me accountable. And I do that on purpose. And these are all people that are a higher level than me in different areas of my life. When I say a higher level than me, I mean that they're already embodying a skill that I want, or a part of my life that I want for myself. And so they point out the blind spots, they encourage me, but they all challenge me. Okay. And that's not something I'm ever going to change. I mean, the most elite athletes in the world, the most elite performers have coaches in their lives, right? So even if it's not a coach or a mentor, you have something to hold you accountable. Even with my team, we have accountability calls on Monday and Friday. We start the week with accountability. We end with accountability. And it's because we all need that. All of us, myself included. And I can't expect other people, I can't expect my clients to show up every Saturday for an accountability call, or just to have that extra support and give themselves permission to have support, if I don't give myself permission to have support, if I don't give myself permission to be challenged and humbled and loved on and encouraged and whatever it is that I need at that time. We all need that. Okay, so go through different areas of your life right now that you're wanting to transform. The biggest thing is this, you guys, I'm going to close with this. You will never outperform the person you see yourself as. At the end of the day, the reason why we self-sabotage is because you're still in this old identity, and you need to transform that identity. You need to have that identity shift into that new person. You don't act like a toddler anymore or a high school student, unless you are a high school student. I'm talking to adults. You're not acting like a high school student anymore because your identity has changed. Right? So the beautiful thing about this is you can have fun with it and you can reinvent yourself. Like you might have gone through a horrible loss. Maybe you're in a rut, you're stuck, you're frustrated. I see that all the time. Those are my people. But you get to reinvent yourself. Give yourself permission to reinvent yourself. Give yourself permission to up level. And I promise you, there's probably going to be people in your life that you love, that care about you, that are on a certain level that you want to break out into that next level. Right? That's why this is so important, because you've been so conditioned to be that old version of yourself. But in order to become that new version of yourself, you need these things. First, you need to be clear, right? A confused mind will always say no. You will start self-sabotaging unless you have that clarity, that burning why, that clarity of how you want to look, how you want to feel. Okay. And then the second thing is you need to have systems to support your success, your environment, your home, your bedroom, your kitchen, your car, your workplace, whatever it is. You have systems in place to support your success so you're not relying on your willpower, which we all just how life is right now get decision fatigue and we get tired and we get drained and we just don't you just don't make good choices during that time. You just have to keep practicing these new systems until it becomes second nature. It's like driving a new car. At the beginning, it's hard, but then eventually it's on autopilot. That's what you got to like literally do everything in your life. That's what you got to do for every area of your life. And it takes practice. I'm going to encourage you when you feel uncomfortable because after watching this video, you're probably going to start recognizing self-sabotaging behaviors in yourself and in others. Don't worry about others. Focus on you. Okay. Don't go around start diagnosing people with self-sabotaging behaviors. Focus on you. I promise you, as you're changing this and you're growing, naturally it raises other people up too. Okay. So next time you start recognizing that you're self-sabotaging, so you're starting to isolate, you want to quit on yourself, you're beating yourself up, you're procrastinating, you're losing motivation, you're binge eating, whatever it is, whatever self-sabotaging behavior you're recognizing, maybe even hanging out with people, toxic people that you told yourself you weren't going to hang out with anymore. When you recognize this, I want you to lean into that discomfort, lean into that unfamiliar feelings, because that's what your nervous system is just firing like unfamiliar territory. I don't like this. I want to go back to my normal. I just want to go back to binging on Netflix and chips, and that's all I want to do. No, you're going to lean into that discomfort and that just tell yourself, I'm stretching right now. I'm growing right now. It's like if you ever try to quit an addiction like sugar, caffeine, there's lots of other things that we want to start shopping less, whatever the addiction is. It's uncomfortable. Your nervous system like, oh, I want this, because you're so used to it. You're so conditioned to doing it. But that's when you got to calm yourself down, recenter, go back into your notebook and go through this again and ask yourself, okay, what's my vision? Go back to your vision, go back to your systems, make it fun and easy with your systems. If you don't keep them fun and easy, you're not going to stick to it. Okay. And then the third thing is that accountability and that support. We all need it. Do not isolate yourself. I don't care if you're just I have people all the time that reach out to me. They're like, I've been watching your content for a year and it's completely transformed my life. And I didn't even know that these people existed, but this is why I do this. And now they're clients. Now they're weight loss clients. Now they're on my system to help with their weight loss and their hormones and all that stuff. But that's why I put this content out there, because I understand that sometimes you don't want to go see a doctor or a therapist, or you're in this transition where you're changing, who you spend time with, and you want to grow yourself, you want to improve yourself, and you need that positive energy and that education and that inspiration to help you with that. That's why I put these videos out. Subscribe, by the way, make sure you're following on here, because I'm going to keep doing this, and let me know what other videos you guys want. But anyway, all that to say, you got this. Go watch this video again, go through your notes, do the exercises, and share this video with someone that you think might be self-sabotaging. Because I understand how frustrating it is when you have a goal, maybe you have a weight loss goal, you want to look a certain way this summer, or whatever other things you're wanting to do, and you keep defaulting to these toxic behaviors, these toxic patterns of self-sabotage. Okay, so I love you so much. If you're needing help with your hormones, your weight loss, your mindset, all that, everything I've talked about in this video, reach out to me. I'm sure my video editor is going to put all the links that I need down below. I have so many resources for you guys, for food, for systems, so you don't have to change your diet, to help you with your gut health, hormones, your mindset. I got a free ebook, even if you just want to get started. I got social media accounts where I talk about this different things. And I have an app. Hopefully the app link is down here now. And so you can be in that system for support. You can have that accountability. And so I can love on you and challenge you and help you with your struggles, so you can actually become this new version that I know you want to become. I know you want to become this. You watch this for a reason. Okay? I love you, and we will see you next time.